Hey there, guys. So I cleared Zeromus with a small team earlier. Now we're going to be going back with a more of a budget team and showing a way you can do this fight with really low-end gear. So we're going to be using two magical tanks. Their gear is almost irrelevant. Awakened Rain is going to be totally naked except for some fire resist. You want 200% fire resist on your magical tanks. We're also going to use Bosch, same thing. All that matters is 200% fire resist. The rest of the gear, totally irrelevant. We're also going to use Kenny Crow for evasion provoking. Kenny Crow has 100% natural passive provoke, so we're going to use him, and he's got some natural evasion as well. The rest of his gear is not important, but I gave him the Doctor's Garment just to for pharmacology, so he's going to be like tossing out items and elixirs and ethers and stuff. We're going to use 4-star Rosa for her Limit Burst. All that matters is her Limit Burst, so we geared her for Limit Fill gear, Ignorance, Accelerating Power, Bomb Spirit, etc. Some High Tide daggers. And we're going to take Bart as our DPS. You can take any DPS you want. We're just taking Bart because he does really well with cheap gear. All this gear is 4-star and below, so we gave him some Demon Killer, a Wind Weapon. And we're taking a friend Bart, same thing, Demon Killer, a Wind Weapon. And of course the friend, you want to take the best friend possible. Angel's, pretty well geared. But all the stats matters is the DPS. Their survival is not important. Because we're going to be taking turns covering with the tanks and raising them every round. Oh, you also want to bring some Phoenix Downs as like a backup as well. I should have mentioned that, but I kind of figure everyone has Phoenix Downs always equipped in their item supply. Okay, so once the fight loads, eventually, here we go. The enemy ambushes, we're going to go to low health. Doesn't really matter. We can just bless with Rosa. Now Bart's are going to spend a few turns powering up. Now I know Bart's is a little slow, which is why I haven't used him in many videos recently, but he is a really good budget option. So we'll go ahead and cover. We can just guard with Bosch, and Kenny Crow can just guard. Actually, we can just punch for Esper Crystals to get that Shiva mission out of the way. So here's the reason we wanted 200% fire resist, because Rain takes no damage. Your tanks take no damage, I should say. We're going to go ahead and power up to level 3. We can just guard these. Actually, we're just going to punch. Let's see. Attack. Attack. And Rosa can just bless again. And we'll just punch everyone for crystals. Alright. Rain's going to die here. But he's still going to cover the team, though. That's all that really matters. So, poor Rain. He died. He covered the team. Re-raise wouldn't have mattered because the stats are so low and we're not breaking the boss. Now Bosch is going to take over with magic cover while Rosa gets Rain back on his feet. The Barts are going to power up to the final level. And we're going to be ready to start DPSing next turn. Now this is going to be a fire damage again, and this is the reason you want both your tanks at 200% fire resist. If you notice, we're not breaking the boss whatsoever. Alright, now we're going to have the Bart's Fragments of Inner Courage and Chain. Fragments of Inner Courage and Chain. Next is going to be a Big Bang turn. So we can just punch the tanks. Rosa can give us a Bless for some mana regen, and we can just punch. Because Bosch is currently covering. This is why you want two tanks. So there goes Bosch. Boo-hoo. Sorry, Bosch. Took one for the team. And we got Dispel, but we're not using buffs anyway, so Dispel is kind of irrelevant. So now Rosa is going to raise Bosch. We're going to swap to Rain to take over covering. And we're just going to be basically going back and forth like this. And Bart's is kind of nice here because he can't be Dispelled. His Dispel is completely immune. Actually, the boss dispelled himself as well, though, so we need to re-imperil. So we're gonna delay our burst one turn, just to speed up the damage a little bit. All right, we didn't quite get the Esper yet, so we'll just punch with Kenny, and we're covering with Rain again. So we're back to gravity again, but we don't really care about gravity. Can't hurt us. Or it can't kill us, I should say. So there's our Shiva Esper. Let's get that out of the way. Bart's will dual Spellblade twice, not Winds of Pursuit. We're going to dual Spellblade to unlock our burst. Rosa will bless. Rain's still covering. He can just refresh his cover, you know, whatever. His health doesn't matter. And we can just guard Bosch. Because we finished the Esper mission. Okay, so Rain's going to die here to the Meteor. But he's still covering it. And this is the really safe way to do this fight. Rosa will get Rain back on his feet. Bosch will take over covering magic, while the Bartzes will Brave Blade for damage. Okay, we didn't quite push the threshold, which is fine. We just guard Kenny. Okay, so here's a double flare. Alright, Rain, or not Rain, duh. Bart can just push this threshold here. Rosa can give us some mana regen. We can just guard. And that. Alright, that's a threshold. So we got dispelled. It's very important to notice you did get dispelled here, so you need to put cover back up again. So we're going to cover again. We're going to bless. Is dual Spellblade up? It's not. So we'll just go ahead and chain the Barts and guard these two. Okay, here's the Big Bang. And Black Hole, we got dispelled again. Which is fine. Just make sure you always notice that. So we did get dispelled. So we're going to full life on Bosch. We're going to swap Rain to our cover tank because Bosch is getting back on his feet. We could dual Spellblade here, but because the boss dispelled his Imperil, we're going to go ahead and Dancer Spellblade again to put that Imperil back up. And Kenny can discard. We've got Rain covering currently. There's a gravity attack, but we don't really care about that. Alright, now we're going to dual Spellblade. I keep going to Winds of Pursuit. Alright, we're going to dual Spellblade. Get some damage in. Alright, so we're probably going to win next turn. I think Rain's currently covering. I kind of forgot. Yeah, Rain's currently covering, so we can just guard everyone. Doesn't really matter. Rosa can put up a Bless, just for the mana regen. Okay, so I think turn 11 the boss is going to... Yeah, here's the mana drain. So we lost all our mana. This is the reason we wanted to bring Rosa, because Rosa can fix that problem with her Limit Burst. Or you could also use Elixirs if you want to, but I'm cheap. So we're just going to use Rosa's Limit Burst here. And Rosa's Limit Burst gives us mana back. There we go. So we can just continue our DPS. And we'll use Rain for the mission. And we finish with Limit Burst. There it is. 12 turns with a super budget team. That was no risk at all. We summoned Shiva. We killed a Limit Burst, and we did it in 20 turns. There you go. So once again, to recap, the duties you want are 2 different magic tanks with 200% fire resist apiece, an evasion provoker. Kenny Crow is an excellent 4-star option because he has 100% natural provoke and natural evasion. You want someone that can refill mana after the drain. You can use items if you want to. Items are totally fine. They're allowed in this fight. Or you can use 4-star Rosa for her Limit Burst. It's kind of thematic as well. And 2 DPS. Any DPS you want. There is a super easy way to get all the missions on the Zeromus fight with a very, very budget team. Alright. I'll see you guys later.